Thanks for joining me today. Trying to get another match with lands here. Hopefully the resolution settings I'm changing won't affect the game too much, but will increase the amount of videos I can load per day, since it already takes about like 15 hours to load a video. So I tested another video before this, and that's taking like 8 hours just taking. I'm trying to cut down the time, so I cut the resolution down a bit more, but I'm keeping the audio quality the same. So hopefully I can still talk you guys through the plays and what's going on in the board state. In the meantime, the list hasn't changed at all. Liking Kiora, she's pretty sweet. So far, besides Kiora, I don't know what else I would have in the meta. I guess it would depend what I'm expecting, but overall she seems pretty nice. It's just another angle. All these other guys are mainly for just combos, unfair decks, and decks that are just trying to play weird enchantments, artifacts. And Kiora is just to round up other control matches or creature decks. Grindy decks too. Alright, so here we go. We got a guy who wants to get it on. Alright, win the die roll. We'll definitely go first. This hand's sweet, so we'll keep it. In these instances, I don't always like going Terminal Loam in the dark, because there are some times where just deck scoop. But it should be okay. Alrighty, so Mox Diamond. Alright, so this is Mox Diamond, go through. Albertino, Italy. My connection's not so great, so there's might be some lag, and you might notice it more on YouTube. Okay, that works out, so let's discard Tolaria West. Play the fetch land. Yeah, play the fetch land, crack it. And take a look. And a book. Reading Rainbow. Alright, What I really like to do is listen to music while I'm doing this, is what I usually do when I'm playing lands. But then that would kind of throw off the mood, because I probably am not going to be assuming I'm doing commentary when I listen to music, so it's just a little bit more enjoyable for me. Getting sidetracked. Alright, pass turn. Alright, what do you, some Esper deck? A deck with Omnitel, Miracles, Ponder, okay. Ponder. Alright, so Flooded Strand. I played Hoist Walter, and he had Flooded Strand in his Storm deck, so I'm not ruling out Storm, but off a basic island. He might be trying to protect that mana base. So it could be Storm, but it could be Omni, or the Miracles with Ponder. So here, what do we got? Okay. Could T-West from Mox. Doesn't need to happen this turn. We could, let's see. Just get Stage into play and make him on tilt. Getting a port could be something here. A port makes this like 2 turns behind. on us getting our own combo. Just play stage and pass. Yeah, we're not gonna win by tapping his land to death. We just need to give him one more turn and hopefully we can survive. If he's some kind of combo deck. Is this counterbalance? This ponder, okay. So he could be a countertop deck. And he just trying to keep swordsman up, which is perfectly fine. Now here, top. Yep, there's a top. I kind of want to go T West into Wasteland. So here, get crop rotate for yeah, let's see what he does. Crop rotate. If he has the force will, he has it. Let's just wreck mana. Alright, so we're gonna copy. Thinking of copying. Actually, this crop rotation result. Could have went for double port actually. Yeah, actually go for double port. I like that better. Yeah. Yeah. No, keep your crap out. Let's get this guy. So we're just worried about his sorcery speed spells. Because we can grind them out of any instance he has. Alright. Do another trot. Drop. No, we don't. Alright, well, let's get the Taiga. Do your stupid topping thing, that's fine with me. So, you won't have mana for a while. They usually run, what, like 22 lands? With Ponder, they run like maybe 21. Although they're cantripping. Use 2 Ponders already, okay. Plains, awesome. Shot. You're up, dude. Alright, we'll just take his blue off for the time being. Not a problem. If he does click here, not worried. I got Maze for it. And he would also have to force with my crop rotation. Alright, he missed the land drop. So do you have Force of Will? And if he does have the Force of Will, we have the land drop that we would need to play off of the Loam. So hopefully he do bait out a Force. So this crop rotation is good. There's the Wasteland. Alright, so Loaming to get the Waste, the Duel, and Fetch. Awesome, he just doesn't play counter magic today. Alright, so we can play the Waste. Port him again like we just did. And get our Merit Lage. Get our Merit Lage on. I want to go for the crop rotation right now. Yeah, it makes sense here. Come on, bro. Internet connection, why are you so slow? Stitch this Taiga. So we missed the land drop that turn. Let's just tap the blue again, keep counterbalance offline. We do have the blue source, okay. So this guy resolves. Alright, so we're getting dark depths here, and now we can just keep looping. Keep looping these Loams, getting back the combo. After we're porting his white sources down. If we need another port, we can get another port with Tolaria West. Hopefully he doesn't play another basic, but that's okay if he does. Dark Depths in play. Alright, Dark Depths in play. Now we waste down, tap this blue. Oh, why is my connection so bad? So any lag here is probably due to the connection, not to the resolution I chose this time. Alright, waste your turn draw. Alright, guy. Do your worst. Yeah, it's great. Missed the land drop, wasted you down. Tap your blue. Nothing relevant, your deck plays. Volcanic, yay, we can waste it. Ponder, yay. I guess he's looking for a Force of Will. And he needs a lot of stuff to go right with the top of his deck right now. How are you fighting through this, man? Let's see what else you have to do. Actually, yeah. We can make the token next turn. He's forced to play another white source. But then he could play, if he does have like this second white source. And he can play counterbalance. It's kind of too risky. about that. I'll just keep the control of the mana base and just keep him off so she speed stuff. Because in Treat he needs but double white. So I'm fine, just keep him off. And we can take care of one angel. Mentor takes a couple mana to get off in his main phase. And we're just keeping all the mana manipulation right now. Sweet. Not for 1 minute anyway. So we're just going to only activate one port. So here we're going to get the waste, and the ports. Oh no, he used the force so well, finally. Not a big deal. We're going to play the Grove. Take off this Jace. Won't do much in the future. We'll tap the Volk. I don't know what else he has main deck that would care about the blue source, but or the red source. Let's just take it off for his main phase. Let's get out of here. Get out of here. So now we're going to get Punishing Fire and dwindle his life away so slowly. So you better get another Force of Will here. Awesome. The last Ponder. It's the last Ponder. So enjoy your cantrips. There's nothing else you can play. Pop. Let's get this P-Fire back. Let's get the Loam back. Crucible. Man, Academy's so sweet right now. Expression. Alright. Let's see what happened. Okay. Now, it is possible to double port here. That'd be sweet. Does this Loam resolve? We're getting, again, the waste port. Okay. And let's see, we have one Taiga left in the deck. So the next land I'm going to play is probably this fetch land. He has another fetch land going off here, so he might be digging for another force. Yes. Probably doesn't feel like digging for another force. So let's just wipe your mana base. You could be floating in a treat on top. In that case, let's just destroy land. Slow the impact of an entreat. You're up. Alright, good. Crack your stupid lands. Get your basic. Get your basic. So next turn we don't have to go for the Loam. Yep, he has the basic. Here he could be going for counterbalance, but at this point it doesn't matter anymore. We're just keeping Jace off the table. Counterbalance. It's too late. Yep. Karakas, awesome. He can play a click here. Plays click. If he plays click, it's not that horrible. We could just do it in his upkeep. It's fine. If he plays click, we'll just shoot it. Not a big deal. Alright, let's just kill this guy. Can't play click. Snapcaster's going nowhere. So, feel free to play one. Let's tap the plains and put them on swords, land, or bust. Go ahead. You have to rip a white source and have to have a removal spell. There it is. So now we're just going to tap your white source. Force him to crack it. Yep, cracked it. Alright, he gets the plains. They usually have 2 plains with 4 islands. Might have 3 islands, but because I see the 2 main deck bulks. So here, we don't have to dredge. Just take a draw step. Just keep playing ports to overrun his white sources. Not a big deal. Crowd rotation. Alright, so that's access to potentially another port. Let's see. Here I kind of want Mox Diamond to get next turn how much mana? Next turn 6, 7, 8 mana. 8. Yeah. So next turn I'm going to have mana to double port and activate. And have mana for a crop rotation if I need to crack one of his lands. Also let's just get ahead on the board. Another option would be getting at explosives preemptively. We don't need the catacombs, really. So here we're just going to tap down double blue. It is nothing as usual. Get a fetch land. Not the most useful, but not the most useless. Here, what could we do? Here we have what the option, the double port, an extra land. Yep, let's just thin the deck out. Pass turn. Alright, dude, let's just port you down. Do something. Alright. Do something. Might use his crops to get another port if he plays another white source. But first I'll tap down his, fetch land. Okay. If he plays a fetch land, I'll tap it down. Then I'll play the crop rotation. Get the port brainstorm. Okay. So he's really digging deep. Just trying to get that white source, I'm assuming. There's nothing else helps him in this matchup right now. You could also be looking for Karakas. He might have GG, okay. GG. I'm gonna go to game 2. Alright, he wants a game 2. That's great. So, game 2. Apart from being well equipped game 1, let's take down a maze. Let's take down a bog. Crop rotation isn't the strongest, so we can take those down. Intuition, not so much. Chalice is money. And mitigated by the fact that we have crop reduced. So it's even more consistent. Post board. Tabernacle, not as strong. Revokers are money. Loam is okay. I'm fine taking them out. Fine keeping Kiora. Let's see what else we could do. Crucible is really good with intuition, namely Ghost Quarter. He's ready to start the game, so we gotta finish this quick. Punishing Fire we don't need that many, but he might get a mentor ability, keeping 2. Maze is not as good if he's not that aggressive. Kind of want another grip in there. Yeah, I usually do take out just all the intuitions. Just on the draw, it's just not as good. Take it, put another grip. Take down a Wasteland, put in another grip. Take down a Wasteland. And that looks to be about where I want to be. Just one Maze of Ith to help answer the Entreat Angels if he ever fires that off. Alright, waiting for this thing to load, and we're good to go. Here we go. Alrighty, what we got? So, not a turn 1 chalice, a turn 2. We have a lot of good stuff to back it up, so I'm going to keep this hand. A lot of good 2-drops here. And we can still fetch the basic forest off this fetch land. Not to have to worry about the Blood Moon. With those 2 bulks, pretty big sign is the Blood Moon. Let's see. Is he keeping his hand or is he away from the keyboard? It's hard to tell right now. I think he's confused what point of the game it is. Oh no, damn. Oh, did our opponent leave? Oh, he left. No. Well, I guess he didn't want to stick around for another possibly long game, but anyway, that was the sideboard plan we're going for. Sorry we couldn't see that, but matchup is pretty favorable for us. If we don't get a heavy like creature control element to the game, that game we're getting basically controlling his mana base and just his spell output. So if we got more control elements in relative to the creatures on the board, then we'd probably be behind. But yeah, when we take out those cards, we're just way more geared toward just going long game for these control decks. We just out control everything they can do. All our tutors help us streamline game 1 to get the control cards we need, but once those tutors are traded in for more direct answers, and like crop out for the chalices, it just does way more of the game, and you just play it as soon as turn 2 with crop. You kind of have to wait to time it right. Chalice, you just slam it out there and they have to respond, and a lot of times they're just playing off a Ponder, and they don't have mana for Spell Pierce up, and they want to save Force of Will for something else. So it's, you know, post-board, I like my chances. I like Miracles a lot, especially with just the more experience I have versus Miracles, whereas Miracles players, I'm assuming, have less experience against lands. So sorry I couldn't get another game for you guys boarded, but that's what I was gearing for. You know, cut off their 1-drops, which strings their whole deck together. You know, Ponder especially. So the Ponder top, Brainstorm strings the whole deck together. Deck doesn't do much after that. Miracles are pretty ineffective, like the Miracle spells. And at that point, it just has to be like Jace is the only way to manipulate that point, but Revokers we could reset with Academy. Just keep beating down. Snapcaster is not a problem. We're not going to really die to that. Having the Maze of Ith and being able to 2-4 with Tolaria West. Yeah, the Loam I'm fine with cutting down, because by the time we get 1 Loam, it's usually enough. All we need is 1. You have a virtual 4th copy with the Intuition in the matchup. Getting what we need to. The Intuitions are cut down because of a Rest in Peace. I really don't like having Intuitions when they have the turn 2, you know, nuts, Rest in Peace, turn 1 top, turn 2, Rest in Peace. Intuition just gets, you know, just neutered. I need to get a triple grip to answer that, or triple explosives. So intuition at 1 is good when I know that I don't have to worry about rest in peace. I grip it and then end of turn intuition, so that's more of like a turn 5 to and beyond play. But yes, but intuition is just really good off. Anytime you can play it, you get 3 cards off of it that I can set up. Yeah, the Loams I would cut down to 2, but it also just gives you good card advantage in the matchup when you're dealing with Tolaria West and Tranquil Thicket. That just lets you see so many cards out from your deck, and with Tolaria West, you just get to see more sideboard bombs like your explosives or your Chalice, and also lets you get like a basic land or even a Mox Diamond to play your spells if they do have the Blood Moon. So it lets you get out of a lot of situations that way. And the Thicket, you could just draw so many cards, like every so often, just dredge some cards, and every time you see another Loam, just pitch it, and it says, draw 2 cards, and then pick another land up from your yard. So the Thicket's been really great in these, longer control matchups where I want to draw my sideboard hate. And Thicket just turns, your Loams into more spells instead of matchups where it just get another dull land. Because when I do have the Chalice of the Void stuck at 1 and I do draw exploration, it's nice to have, more things to draw into, and the Thicket just makes it possible. Other versions had like 1 Thicket or no Thicket, and I just think that's wrong, especially with the amount of Deathrite Shamans in the meta. Thicket in general just lets you draw more sideboard hate, not just for Miracles matchups, but for Storm. But for versus Miracles, it's pretty sweet. Also having, because sometimes with Snapcasters, they do run Surgicals, so it lets you play around that as well pretty effectively. Since they really want to snap back their own spells, and Rest in Peace kind of cuts that option off. So Thicket, still gets hedges those kinds of outs they may have. That's a surgical extraction plan. Hopefully you guys maybe learned a thing or two about how to handle game 1 a bit better. You don't really have to go for the fast combo kill. The other reason why a crop rotated for the Dark Depths is because I didn't see any Force of Wills that were in his hand that he had. I wasn't trying to bait it, I was just trying to resolve crop rotation with the spells before that. So that crop rotation getting the Dark Depths was just to have the Dark Depths in play. Just put him on tilt and have him aggressively dig for other spells to like cantripping or the swords. So he wasn't advancing his game plan at all. He had to answer mine, and I was pretty much always a step ahead. So just having the combo there just threatens that instead of him thinking he has more time and predicting what I could do. But there he knew that any moment that he slipped up, I just killed him, and that's what happened when he resigned like 28 minutes into the match. Alright, so sorry if I was talking a bit too much. I thought I should explain something that happens in these game matchups, since it's a pretty popular matchup you see in a lot of moto games and in metas. Just because Miracles is a pretty solid control deck that's a lot more straightforward to play. I wouldn't say easy, but it's just more straightforward to play. And lands, I'd say it's pretty well positioned against those kinds of decks because you just have way more flexibility. And the long game, you just should be favored against in the Room of Miracles, I think. Alright, thanks for joining me. Hopefully this matchup loads up pretty fast. Alright, thanks for watching.